meet a boy, and then you say, hey, and then you just fall. It just happens to happen.
Jane Greer was one of Hollywood's most captivating women. An icy-eyed beauty whose calm elegance and haunting charm made her unforgettable. But behind that serene facade lay a story far darker than the silver screen ever revealed. Greer dared to defy one of Hollywood's most powerful and dangerous men, Howard Hughes. He wasn't just a studio head, he owned people. When Jane refused his control, his wounded ego turned to vengeance. Hughes used his vast influence to sabotage her career, determined to make her pay for saying no. What unfolded was a chilling example of how one man's obsession nearly destroyed a brilliant woman's future. Born Betty Jane Greer on September 9, 1924. In Washington, D.C., Jane grew up during the hardships of the Great Depression. Her father, a restless salesman and inventor, often struggled to keep the family afloat, while her mother, a poet and dreamer, quietly passed her creative hopes to her children. At just 15, Jane's life changed dramatically when she was struck with Bell's palsy, leaving one side of her face paralyzed. But, through relentless effort, she regained control of her expressions, unknowingly developing the precise emotional control that would later define her screen presence. Her striking eyes, once a symbol of pain, became her greatest asset. By the early 1940s, Jane was singing with orchestras and appearing in local showcases when Hollywood took notice. A Life magazine spread led to a screen test, and soon, a contract with Howard Hughes. She officially adopted the name Jane Greer in 1945, declaring it stronger, bolder, a name worthy of the woman she wanted to become. Her rise at RKO began with modest roles, but her poise and quiet allure set her apart. Critics praised her early performances in The Falcon's Alibi and The Bamboo Blonde, hinting at a deeper talent waiting to break free. That breakthrough came in 1947 with They Won't Believe Me, a courtroom drama that showcased her emotional range. Soon after came Out of the Past, her defining role opposite Robert Mitchum. As the mysterious Kathy Moffat, she delivered a performance of hypnotic restraint, fragile yet dangerous. The film became a noir masterpiece, immortalizing Jane as one of the genre's greatest femme fatales. Yet, just as her star ascended, her past came back to haunt her. In a cruel twist of fate, RKO was sold to Howard Hughes, the very man she had defied. Now, he literally owned her contract. Consumed by jealousy and bitterness over her marriage to attorney Edward Lasker, Hughes punished her with silence. "While you're under contract to me, you'll never work," he told her. And he meant it. Her career froze overnight. When Hughes finally gave her the big steal opposite Mitchum, it wasn't to help her. It was to save Mitchum's reputation after a drug scandal. Jane, pregnant and struggling with morning sickness, gave a graceful performance despite the emotional and physical toll. Beneath her cool composure was a woman quietly enduring Hollywood's cruelest game. By the early 1950s, Jane's career was fading under Hughes's control. Once poised to rival Ava Gardner and Lana Turner, she found herself relegated to minor roles. Though she fought to reclaim her freedom, the studio system itself was collapsing. Television was rising, and the golden age of Hollywood was slipping away. Yet, even in disappointment, Jane maintained her wit and dignity, often mocking Hollywood's obsession with the girl next door. "If stars were really like the girl next door," she quipped, "no one would go to the movies. They'd just go next door." Eventually, she walked away, focusing on motherhood and peace after years of exhaustion and betrayal. But Jane Greer was not forgotten. In the 1960s and beyond, she made quiet returns to film and television, her elegance intact even as time changed the industry around her. She found love again with casting director Frank London, and in her later years, she embraced life with grace rather than ambition. In 1984, She appeared in Against All Odds, a remake of Out of the Past, a fitting tribute to the role that had made her immortal. Jane passed away in 2001, leaving behind a legacy that has only grown more powerful with time. Though she never held the Oscar she once dreamed of, Jane Greer achieved something far greater: timelessness. She remains a symbol of strength, beauty, and quiet defiance in a world that tried to break her. In the shadows of film noir, her haunting gaze still flickers, a reminder that true stars never fade. They simply outlast the light that once tried to dim them.